The match referee, Mohammad Anis, Baz, Brendan McCullum and Sarfraz are the two captains. Who has got the coin, boys? Let's go, Baz.
Hey, this is the call. It's a tail.
Tail.
What have you decided then?
We're going to bowl first today.
Any particular reason?
No, not really. We think the wicket looks good, and we just sort of think with our explosive batting lineup later on, if the wicket doesn't change, we think we'll hopefully be able to keep them to a good score and then chase it down later.
You're new to Qalandars. Last year, from where they were to here, they've made 14 changes, including a brand new skipper. How are you looking at things?
Yeah, we've got an exciting squad. Every team in this competition is incredibly strong. We think we've got a nicely balanced lineup as well. We want to try and bring guys together and have a good time over the next 4 weeks, and hopefully the results will flow from there.
Is it a receptive group of crowd that you've got people, who will listen to your philosophy of cricket and batting?
Yeah, well, I hope so. It's an encouraging sort of environment at the moment that if in doubt, take the aggressive option, go out there, back yourself and play with some freedom. And in T20 cricket, it's nice to be given that message, and we're pretty consistent with it. But the guys have been amazing. We've come together inside of a week, formed some good relationships already, and now we're looking forward to the tournament.
This pitch looks amazing as well.
Yeah, it does. It played well last night as well. Obviously a bit more dew yesterday. But yeah, it does look good. Will remain to be seen whether it spins, but overall it looks like a great pitch.
All right, okay, have a good one then.
Thanks, Ramesh.
सरफराज, आपकी क्या तवक्कुआत हैं? पहले तो अपनी टीम से, अपने आप से, आप पाकिस्तान के भी लिमिटेड ओवर्स के कप्तान आप बन गए, आपको बहुत बहुत मुबारक हो, मगर इस टीम के हवाले से क्या चीज़ नई करने की कोशिश करेंगे?
थैंक यू रमीज़ भाई पहले तो, और उसके बाद ये कि रमीज़ भाई ये तवक्कुआत ये नहीं कि टीम जो हमारी कोशिश है कि हमने अच्छा कॉम्बिनेशन बनाने की कोशिश की है, और एक यंग लड़कों पर मुश्तमिल टीम है। जिस तरह पिछले साल हम लोग खेलें तो कोशिश करेंगे उसी कॉम्बिनेशन के साथ और उसी फाइटिंग स्पिरिट के साथ मैदान में खेलें।
अपने जो ओवरसीज प्लेयर्स हैं आज कौन कौन से खिला रहे हैं?
आज केविन पीटरसन, रायली रोसो, तिशारा परेरा और टैमिल मिल्स।
और आपकी क्या फिलॉसफी और थ्योरी होगी जीतने के लिए?
फिलॉसफी ये होगी रमीज़ भाई कि अटैकिंग क्रिकेट खेलें और कोशिश करेंगे चढ़ के मैच खेलें, क्योंकि सामने वाली टीम जो है प्लेयर्स उनके पास भी काफ़ी स्ट्रांग है, तो कोशिश करेंगे अटैक करके क्रिकेट खेलें।
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया आपका एंड ऑल द बेस्ट।
थैंक यू रमीज़ भाई।
So the news from the centre out here is that Qalandars have won the toss and elected to bowl first.
Welcome once again to the Dubai International Cricket Stadium. It's another glorious day. Believe it or not, we had a drop of rain last night, which caused the reduction of overs by just 2 overs from the chase, but that didn't detract from a very good game of cricket. And today we have a double header for you. The first match, Quetta Gladiators against the Lahore Qalandars, and this is the Quetta Gladiators side with the 4 foreign players in there. We're going to see the first time Tilma Mills from England.
Yeah, extreme pace from him, but you've got to watch out for Anwar Ali, Sarfraz Ahmed, Asad Shafiq. These players have been playing together in Karachi, and the owner had a lot of emphasis on keeping these players in the side so that the team gels.
Kevin Pietersen stands out like a beacon there with all the runs that he's been making in the Big Bash recently, and the bat talks and Kevin Pietersen talks, and he'll want to talk a bit louder again. He made an impression in last year's PSL, the inaugural edition, and the Lahore Qalandars, well, they've been recruiting in numbers. Brendan McCullum leads the side, a lot of new names in there, including England's opener Jason Roy. Here's Danny Morrison.
Yeah, it's a Kiwi connection, isn't it? You've got McCullum there, you've also got Grant Elliott. Tell you, Jimmy Franklin's on the sidelines for match 2. But look at this, Narayan, what a star. Sanhail Tanvir, you look at Yasser Shah with his wristband, and of course Mohammad Affan Jr. There are some very good players there, and I'm looking forward to match 2 immensely.
There's a lot of good spin in there with Narayan and Yasser Shah. Last year, the inaugural edition of this, it was a spinner's delight. It was a spinner's paradise. The left arm spinners took a lot of wickets. On last night's evidence, we had a different strip prepared for the match. Now, the umpires have got to have their A game with them, because the HBL drone is dropping the ball into their hands. So if they're not on the mark, if they haven't had some fielding practice, they could come a cropper. So the very first act of the day belongs to the umpires, and they've got to catch the match ball. Buzzard, you're okay there. You fielded first slip. You'd be okay as an umpire, wouldn't you?
No, it's good that Rashid Riaz got the ball, because he's a former first-class player, so he was right underneath it and he got the technique right.
Qalandars winning the toss, bowling first, and that's no surprise. Two teams with contrasting campaigns last year. The Qalandars disappointed. They only won 2 matches, which is probably why they've recruited so heavily with so many big names. Ahmed Shahzad, he's been in blistering form recently in domestic cricket in Pakistan. He's one of the players who can change a complexion of a match within minutes if he gets going. 290 runs last year, often threatened to get the big score. He seems to have 2 gears, fast and extra fast. Number 33 on his back, Sohail Tanvir. He's the man with the strange action that you're never quite sure where it comes from, the ball, but it comes at you at a rate of knots. He's quick, he's got a good slow ball, swings the new ball, and he's not afraid to pitch it a little bit short as well. Asad Shafiq, who was with the Karachi Kings last year, so there's a whole new raft of names for the Quetta Gladiators, whose mentor is the great Vivian Richards. So beautiful conditions here in Dubai for this first match of a double-header. Tonight we'll have the Karachi Kings against Peshawar Zalmay. Zalmay will have had a lot of rest today after their exertions last night. So as we saw with virtually 70% of the tosses last year, the side that wins the toss decides to bowl first in these conditions, but it's early days. It's only the second day of cricket, match cricket, but this pitch looked totally different in complexion last night.
Refreshingly different. Pace and bounce, and it's a little bit of a problem with the side screen, but we're almost ready to go. But the fact is, Alan, that pace and bounce, it makes for good T20 cricket. Big sixes all round.
Starting with a slip. Here's Sohail Tanvir. First over we had last night, we had a wicket with the very first ball. It was the giant Mohammad Irfan. Just got a good line, good length, and tempted Mohammad Hafiz to tickle one to second slip. But there was immediate reward there for the quicker bowlers. They found something in it. Mohammad Sami bowling for Islamabad United. He had a terrific PSL, the inaugural edition. In his mid-30s, but bags of experience. You can't buy that, can you, Danny Morrison? Can't buy experience, you earn it. How would you describe this action?
Yeah, unusual, a little different, but seen him all over the globe in this fabulous format. He gets around and he gets the crowd on their feet when he gets it right. Does Sohail Tanvir. And yeah, just to touch on what you're on about, Al, is that the pitch here, I'm excited about. I know I ran into Misbah al-Haq before the opening ceremony and warm-ups and everything. He was a little nervy about it, but I think it makes for a good 22 yards. You want the ball sliding on. You don't want the spinners to have too much of a say, i.e. last year and in this part of the world, spinners can dominate and really take over and dictate in the game of T20. You want the contest to be pretty even.
If he doesn't swing the ball, he'll just be a little bit wide of that off stump, and we saw even yesterday that any width outside this off stump, with the quicker pace of this pitch, that's going to be dealt with. Now last year he might have got away with it because these pitches were slow. Yasir Shah with his leg spin, got great energy. Yasir Shah had a terrific tour of England. Grant Elliott, the South African born but the Kiwi who lives in Wellington. Jason Roy can get off to great starts and has done for England on the recent tour of India. Good looking stroke for 1 run. Nothing of in-swing yet for Tanvir.
And there's a bit of pressure on Tanvir as well. He was talked up by Aqib Javed, their coach. They said that last year they didn't have a great bowling attack, so now that they've got Tanvir in, he'll make a difference. And talking about strange actions, we'll have another one in store with Mohammad Irfan apparently he's sharp, but yeah, Akif Javed, the coach, he's done a lot of work this year with the Qalandars.
Every ball so far from Tanvir has just been pushed across the right-handers. He does bowl a lot of deliveries from around the wicket, so you may see him coming around the wicket in his next over. If he's going to bowl a second, they might just go in ones. But he's very effective at bowling that in-swinging Yorker from round the wicket. Ala Akram. He was quite useful at those, wasn't he? Round the wicket.
He was okay. I tell you, it's a go-to delivery, I think, for any left-arm quick bowler that can swing it in this form of the game. You only get 6 balls, you don't have skulls. You actually have 6 balls, and then you can be changed to the other end. So you have to be on the button straight away.
Slower ball, just a shade slower this time, and it held its line. But it doesn't get the umpire's nod. 4 from the first over. Quetta Gladiators batting first, put into bat by Lahore skipper Brendan McCullum. Kevin Peterson, Riley Rousseau, Tisara Pereira, Tillum Mills are the 4 overseas players, the 4 foreign players in the Quetta's lineup.
So Irfan Jr. has been entrusted with the new ball, and he's a very new face. He's an emerging player, hasn't played much, but apparently in the squad they say he's pretty sharp. And Alan, we'll have to have Danny Morrison once we have a look at the action to describe it.
I'm just trying to think, how tall would he be? 6'4", 6'5"? I mean, Mohammad Irfan Senior is, what is he, about 7'2", 7'1". 52 wickets at 23 in a dozen first-class matches in the last season for Mohammad Irfan Jr. Now he's in his career, so only 12 first-class matches, so he's a novice. But his action, just the first delivery, looked as if he doesn't use that front arm too much. So a lot's got to happen with the right arm. Someone who will punish him if he's wayward is this man, Ahmed Shahzad. It's very square on, isn't it? If your chest's square on and that you're not really getting side on, you can get down that leg side. So it's a wide down the leg side.
Indeed. And, sequencing timing. It's all arms and legs, and the head position's leaning a lot further forward. So again, I mentioned the timing in your action. It can be a little different, i.e. again, Sohail Tanvir.
It's going down. The keeper's already gone down at least 2 or 3 yards down that leg side. It's a good indication. You look where the keeper is and he's already gone.
Yeah, I think those of us who are a little bit older in terms of years, I might remember a certain Australian, Max Walker, Tangles. He was a tall man as well, and if your arms and legs pumping everywhere and your timing of your action at the crease, yeah, a little different.
He's only got 3 players on the leg side, and every ball he's bowled so far has been with a square on action, bowling from outside, quite wide on the return crease, down leg side. So unless he knows something that we don't, he's got this field not quite right. He's got a 3 on the leg side. His fine leg is up, so he's asking for trouble if he's going to stray down leg side. That's almost like a free glance, free hit. He's got to get his line over. Better.
T20 cricket, a batsman doesn't have a lot of time, and when you're faced with these wrong-footed actions from both ends today, it's a bit difficult to get your bearings right.
Haven't you discovered a bowler who bowls left arm and right arm? Well, not you, but Pakistan.
Lahore Qalandars have. They had a massive trial at Gaddafi Stadium, and they discovered a bowler who bowled 140 both arms.
It's a great hit. Really is nicely picked up for 4.
Yeah, nice there, Shafiq. If you are angling back in, as Muhammad Afan Jr. is, cross seamer, is he on the return crease wide and angling in. It's good 22 yards inside the power play. Little flick, see you later.
Gone offside this time. 12 for no wicket from 2. On the board, 2 overs gone, and Sohail Tanvir will bowl a second over, and his slip has gone wider. I think on the evidence of that first over from Tanvir, every ball he bowled, he pushed it across, and so that's why that slip now has moved away from close proximity to the keeper, and he's gone into almost a 3rd slip there. Yeah, look how wide he is. Could be a couple here if they push that fielder. They're going back for 2. It's got to be close, this. That's tight.
Oh, got to come upstairs. Sliding in. They wanted it straight away and had to hustle. This will be fascinating to see how tight it is.
Oh, that bat. Often you see those big bats, you land them and then they start to make their way up into the air, but that's okay. He's safe, he's safe. The back of the bat is fine, it's on the ground. Bilal Bhatti was the fielder with the throw, and that will be a not out decision. Bilal Bhatti with the throw, smart piece of fielding. I always felt the second run was on.
Question for you, Alan, because you've been watching cricket since the 50s.
Golden.
Going up, yeah, they've gone up, yes, and that's all they wanted to see was the umpire's finger, and that was raised aloft. So the short ball is a tactic that has worked for Sohail Tanvir. Big scalp this if it is out. How's that front foot? There's plenty behind the line. The first point of landing is the one that counts. Shahzad, you'll have to go. That's a big strike. With Shahzad gone for 5, it's 14 for 1. Coming in at 3 for the Gladiators, Kevin Peterson, the much-travelled Kevin Peterson. Got a few runs for the Melbourne Stars in the Big Bash League, 268 runs, averaging 38. He and Luke Wright were in the engine room for the Quetta Gladiators last year. Last year he scored 215 runs at 26. He's come straight at Tom V. He's come out of the crease straight at him. He's walked down the pitch, so he signalled his intentions. He's not going to allow Tom V to bowl at him.
Kevin Peterson for you straight away, but the short ball since yesterday, it's working wonders. Big bouncer at a good height, and Sohail Tanveer provides Qalandars the breakthrough.
Sterling piece of bowling, and that is why he is so difficult. When it's full, it swings. Does it go in? Does it get out with the left arm angle? And he gets a bouncer.
Well, KP is doing a lot of work with the Save the Rhino campaign, and he's charged at him like a rhino with the first 2 deliveries. The bat is, there we are, covered in rhino pictures. KP. Danny, he's a conservationist.
It's not the bull in the china shop, is it? He's gone with the rhino barrow. Whoa. Yeah, and I say he's scored runs here in his international career for England, so he knows the stadium well, he knows the conditions, and I think he'll relish with the sun out and a little bit more grass on the surface, so it is sliding on nicely.
It's a bit of a slap, doesn't quite time it, won't get a run, but Shahzad has gone, 3 overs gone, 17 for 1. Second match of the tournament this. It's a double-header here today. The Quetta Gladiators against the Lahore Qalandars. Lahore have made a whole raft of changes. They've recruited in heavy numbers. And one of the new signings and one of the new faces in the HBL PSL is the West Indian spinner Sunil Narine. Sunil Narine, who's made such an impression around the world. He's such a cool customer, has a very phlegmatic approach. Very little seems to ruffle his feathers. And he bowls a whole box of tricks. Not a great turner of the ball, but it's all in his pace and variety. Not a great turner of the ball.
Well, he was, and like so many right-arm off-spinners, they came under the microscope, didn't they? And so subtle changes for him as well.
Now, the one thing that Kevin Peterson would much prefer to have the pace early on here, because you saw him coming down the pitch at Sohail Tanveer. What he's going to have to do now is work a little bit harder against Narine to get the pace on the ball.
You described Narayan as a cool customer. I don't know of many West Indians not cool.
Sponsored by.
Well, that's a big stretch. He's gone way outside off stump for the paddle sweep. It's beaten the inner man on the mid-wicket in a ring, and it's 4 into those boundary cushions.
Yeah, I'm with you too, Al. Very much so. Zaman, not bad. Good effort. There's that floaty delivery out of the front of the hands from Sunil Narayan. It's not designed to turn, it's sort of a floater, and the deception is in the arrival, because it just doesn't arrive. Yeah, good effort. Was always going to struggle. Stop that one.
Sunil Narayan here, new face and a new name in the HBL PSL. He had a different role for the Renegades in Melbourne last year. In the last Big Bash, just completed, of course, he opened the batting for the Renegades. Narayan, so another string to his bow that he brings here to the Qalandars. But of course it's his bowling that they're looking to get maximum reward from. Oh, he's gone way across. That wasn't quite the length. I think he might have gloved it. He's got away with it. 4 gone, 22 for 1. Well, this is the first match, doubleheader here today. The Lahore Qalandars, Brendan McCullum winning the toss, putting Quetta Gladiators into bat. Peterson, Rousseau, Pereira, Tilmal, Mills are the foreign players for Quetta. You've got Jason Roy, McCullum, Narayan and Grant Elliott, foreign players for the Qalandars. A whole new list of names for the Lahore side. They only won 2 matches in the inaugural edition of the HBL PSL, and one of them was against Quetta, this side. And that was in no small part to Umar Akmal's blistering 93. Well, his elder brother got off to a good start last night.
Yeah, they can play like that, can't they? The Akmals. They can look $1 million one day and they can look pretty awful the next, but when they're in the mood and in the groove, watch out.
Ooh, he's hit that really crisply. That would have felt very good for Peterson. You've got a young quickie here who probably knows all about the reputation of this man, Peterson. Riley Rousseau, the South African, who he with Kyle Abbott, 2 South Africans who recently signed Colpack agreements to play for the county of Hampshire in England. So they've signed off from their international careers with the South African team and will be playing county cricket in England. Oh, Peterson has a swish and a miss, and that is a reckless shot. Mohamed Irfan Jr. will feel as pleased as punch with that one. That was not the best piece of cricket from Kevin Peterson. I think one might check the front foot, but he has bowled everything from well behind that front line. Celebrations for Lahore, and what was Kevin Peterson doing? He's gone for 3 in just 7 balls, played a shot of ball. It's 22 for 2. Well, Riley Rousseau comes in probably a little earlier than he would have thought. Left-hand batsman, aggressive batsman he is. From Bloemfontein in South Africa. Ah, the Q-Mobile selfie moment, and they're wearing the Karachi Kings outfit. Yes, looking very good, and we'll have got the Karachi Kings tonight in action. Right, Bazid Khan, you're a top-order batsman. Talk us through the psychological approach that we saw from Kevin Peterson, and good luck with it.
Charging Rhino with that big trunk of a bat, but had no piece of it. Irfan will remember that for the rest of his life.
Oh, sure will. So he's in a hurry, KP, wasn't he? To get back to the dressing room, put the feet up. Yeah, all a bit bizarre from the big fella.
He's found a better line here. His first over went down the leg side. His first over was a bit of a sort of a muesli dish. It was all over the place, but this one is straighter. He's got his line right. Moin Khan sitting alongside Safraz Ahmed. No fast bowler likes the batsman to come at him, but this fella, this youngster, is keeping his head.
Yeah, I'm with you, Al, in terms of swapping ends as a bowler. I think he was a bit nervous, perhaps, in his first over from the far end. This will most definitely settle those nerves for Irfan Jr. And sometimes when you just swap ends, you feel better. Coming from a different end, your rhythm can be a bit smoother. You feel like you gather yourself with more purpose from a favoured end.
.23 for 2. A new commentary location for you. It's somewhere downstairs, close to the action there. Let's go downstairs.
Hello, hello, hello. Yes, very close to the action and a brand new experience. I'm not too sure about you guys, but for me, I've not done this before.
Likewise, Ramiz, but I'm liking it. It's fantastic to be outside. You get a really good feel for, well, the crowd, and sitting right next to the teams as well. Should do it more. Might take this back for Big Bash.
Well, this hasn't been a sparkling start from Quetta. I don't know whether they would redevise the strategy in the next game. Asad Shafiq is not tailor-made for T20 cricket, but they've taken a risk. Now he's got to play out the 20 overs, and I don't know how Quetta will fare if he's out there for that length of time. Should he get out now, take a few risks? That's gone up in the air. Will this be taken false shot of the fielder? Because it's not a natural position for him, and it's not a natural way of batting for him also.
So then what would be the thought process for doing that? Obviously, we talk about pinch hitters in the game, trying to go up and break open the game, particularly in the power play overs. But if he's not going to do that, there's no point just batting through the 20, is it?
I don't think he has got those big shots up his sleeve. He's very much a workman-like batsman. I think what they are thinking of doing with Asad Shahzad is that they want to make use of his good form that he had in Australia, which was clearly in test matches. Somehow to translate that form in limited overs cricket, that's going to be a real challenge and key for them. If he is to open, he's got to be more enterprising than what he has been.
Yeah, I think it places a lot more responsibility on Riley Russo as well, who's gone cold back to the UK, and he's a fantastically talented player, strikes the ball well, and so a lot more responsibility is going to be placed on him to try to get to some sort of total.
Getting a little anxious. 26 for 2, Quetta.
One.
Yeah, it is the HBL PSL, and if you win the quiz, you can be part of the show. Occupy that lovely box. All right, Bilawal Bhatti is the new bowler. I think Lahore Qalandars have looked pretty sharp in the field. They seem to have a plan, and it's working so far.
I think that's the beauty of having Brendan McCullum in as captain. He was outstanding with the Brisbane Heat this year in the Big Bash. He gives the players a freedom in their own game just to go out and play the game. There's certainly a lot of fun energy about the Brisbane Heat this year, and they did exceptionally well getting through to the semi-finals. The only issue that Brendan McCullum had was that he actually got suspended for a game for slow over rates. Got a warning and then went through the same process again for another game. So that was probably one area that they'll probably be looking at just to make sure they can keep ahead of the time for the first, 6 to 10 overs. So that he's got a little bit of time at the back end of the innings to make sure he gets his fields right.
What would be disappointing for Quetta Gladiators is the fact that this is a beautiful batting strip, and they've not really gone at a reasonable pace. 27 for 2 in 6.1 is pretty low-key performance on a very fine pitch.
Well, Ramiz, I expect it to be a little bit slower than it was yesterday. It's not as green, and there's not the dew and the moisture that will allow the ball to slide. It's a day game. We had a night game yesterday, so those are two factors. However, we saw last night, I think we had 52 and 53 in the power plays from last night's game. Now we're seeing not even half of that, and so that has to be disappointing. Even if you account for the slowness, that is a disappointing power play for the batting team. The bowling team are over the moon, Brendan McCullum and his men.
That's into the gap, and they'll run away for a 4. That's a welcome break for Asad Shafiq. Just a loose delivery from Bilawal Bhatti.
Yes, he picked up the length early, got into a good position, kept his hands high, didn't want to get underneath it too much. 2 players out on the boundary behind square. So he was more than happy to make sure that he just picked up the boundary ball and didn't go to the maximum.
Yeah, no 4s or 6s of any quality, but let's enjoy this bowling performance from Lahore Qalandars. They've been absolutely spot on a difficult bowling pitch. They've adjusted the lengths. I think Brendan McCullum has been pretty sharp with his bowling changes. The fielding generally has been good. Yeah, power plays, you could say, were wasted by Quetta Gladiators. Didn't show enough intent. But they weren't allowed to. Oh, almost a run out. That's all building up here. Not enough boundaries being hit, and so as a result, you'd see batsmen getting just a little bit anxious in getting on with it.
I think you'll notice from the last two deliveries, other than the fact that he certainly would have been well caught short, is that they've got faith and trust in the pitch, because both shots, last two shots, have been driven with the ball on the rise. Not an easy shot to play. So you certainly have faith in the consistency of the bounce and pace in the pitch.
I just love the fact that Sunil Narayan has found a niche. He's now a pinch-hitting, opening, cover fielding, off-spinner. Boy, has his game advanced in the last few months.
Oh! Bat goes in two, he loses the grip on it. Broken in two. Oh. It's gone. It's a review for run out in all the helter-skelter when the bat was flying all over. Yeah, I think he's made his ground. Got there, time to spare without the bat. Well, his toe was touching as the bails were broken. I don't think that his foot was off the ground.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think the left foot is on the ground, but even if not, I think you can be run out, and I stand to be corrected if you're in there, even though you've crossed and grounded yourself without a bat. And I think it's a stupid rule. I think once you've crossed the line and you're into that safety zone, you shouldn't have the opportunity to be run out.
No, I think you're right, Bish. It's only if you're evading, trying to get out of the way of being hit, and you're in the air and the ball hits the stumps, then they'll say not out. But you're right. If the foot was up on that occasion, even though it'd been grounded over the line, he could have been given out. Always nasty with those ones when you slide the bat over the line too, and then it bobbles up a little bit after the hand hits the ground as well.
I thought it was a good call from the umpire, because you've got to be absolutely sure and play it according to the rule, even though the rule is not a great one. Should still be there. Qatar Airways' third umpire decision is not out. He could be a good addition. Yasir Shah doesn't play a lot of T20 cricket. Didn't have a great time of it in Australia in the Test series, but he's a prolific performer here in this part of the world.
And Ramiz, even last night you were saying just the excitement factor of having a leg spinner, a team, just makes a massive difference. I know in the Big Bash, and I had to keep going on about the Big Bash, but we had numerous players there.
That's a clever piece of batting from Asad Shafiq. Knew exactly what he would do. Just a fine tap.
The key here was to getting set early. Played the ball late, didn't try and overhit it, just knew that he had to get the angles right.
They would early want to put him off his paces. I think that is what they would want to do against Yasir Shah, because if they allow him to bowl, he could be difficult to handle. So a reverse sweep and then a sweep shot, and this is what happened to Russo's cricket bat. It's gone into, broken into, and then he lost the upper part of it as well. I wouldn't have gone for that second run. I would have still been reeling from the effect of a broken bat. Well, the experts have talked about Yasir Shah's inability to bowl a good wrongan. He's very good with his leg spinners. His spin has improved just a little bit. He's always had control, but it's other toys that are missing.
Well, I know a lot of people in Australia have been keeping an eye out for Pakistan Super League. I know a lot of people around the world, but are you tweeting? That is the handle at the PSL T20 and hashtag BPL PSL.
Finds the fielder. Should have put it away for more. Quetta 42 for 2. Right, Quetta Gladiators 42 for 2. Time to catch up with Zainab Abbas.
Yes, I've got somebody with me who needs absolutely no introduction whatsoever. शान शाहिद, पाकिस्तान की शान जो है इस वक्त मेरे साथ मौजूद है. शान, आपको कैसा लग रहा है? आप देख रहे हैं यहाँ का एटमॉस्फेयर, कल की सेरेमनी भी आपने देखी होगी, कैसा महसूस कर?
मेरे ख्याल में बहुत अच्छा इवेंट है और आई थिंक ऐसे इवेंट्स और होने चाहिए. मेरी दुआ है कि पाकिस्तान में भी ऐसे इवेंट हों और इंशाल्लाह फाइनल पाकिस्तान में हो. और बहुत खुशी होती है जब मैं देखता हूँ कि एवरीबडी इज़ गेटिंग टुगेदर. आई एम सपोर्टिंग लाहौर कलंदर. मैं इसलिए क्योंकि लाहौरी हूँ और लाहौर कलंदर हमारी टीम है और मेरी दुआ है कि इंशाल्लाह वो जीते. और आज आपने देखा इरफान, उनकी जो एक नई प्लेयर डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम से जो लाहौर कलंदर का प्रोग्राम है, उसमें से एक नई दरियाफ्त उन्होंने निकाली जिन्होंने टॉप नॉच बैट्समैन जो केविन पीटरसन है उनको बोल्ड किया. सो आई थिंक आई एम वेरी हैप्पी.
अच्छा, फाइनल की आप बात करें, आप खुद भी लाहौर से हैं, फाइनल जो है वो लाहौर में होगा, तो इस पे आपके क्या तासुरात हैं कि हमारी जो क्रिकेट डिप्राइव्ड नेशन है उनको एक ऐसा भी स्पेक्टिकल मिलेगा देखने को?
मेरे ख्याल में ये बहुत अच्छा होगा क्योंकि ऐसे ही है जैसे बहुत प्यासी है हमारी कौम, क्योंकि वो ऐसे इवेंट्स देखना चाहती है. सो हम अल्लाह करे कि ऐसा हो कि पाकिस्तान में क्रिकेट दोबारा वापस आए और PSL के थ्रू मेरा ख्याल है कि इसका इवेंट का स्टार्ट किया जाए और फाइनल पाकिस्तान में होना बहुत.
अच्छा, आपने जो है प्लेयर डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम की बात की है कि कितना इंपॉर्टेंट है प्लेयर डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम्स टीम्स के लिए. लाहौर कलंदर्स का जो प्लेयर डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम है उसके बारे में कुछ बताइए.
देखें, इतना बड़ा प्रोग्राम इन्होंने किया है. 1,36,000 बच्चे का ट्रायल लिया है इन्होंने. और सबसे खुशी की बात यह है कि उन्होंने पाकिस्तान के जो नगीने हैं उनको चुन के बाहर लेके आए हैं. और मेरे ख्याल में ये एक सर्विस है, एक ऐसी, क्योंकि हमारे यहाँ ख्वाब तो हर आदमी देखता है लेकिन आगे जाके वो ख्वाब जो होते हैं वो ब्यूरोक्रेसी में जाके गुम जाते हैं. सो मेरा ख्याल है कि अगर इरफान को आपने देखा है आज, उसने टॉप नॉच बैट्समैन केविन पीटरसन उनको बोल्ड किया और ही इज़ जस्ट आउट ऑफ द स्ट्रीट और इनको डेवलप किया है और लेके आए. और मुझे जो अच्छी बात इनकी लगी कि ये सारा साल जो है, सारा साल इन्होंने इस प्रोग्राम को चलाया है. ये नहीं कि एक मैच ख़त्म हुआ, एक टूर्नामेंट ख़त्म हुआ तो उसके बाद ख़त्म कर दिया.
चले, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया. हम उम्मीद करते हैं कि इस तरह के प्रोग्राम्स हम और भी देखें. ऑल द बेस्ट.
इंशाल्लाह. थैंक यू वेरी मच.
Shan, the film actor and director, very famous personality back home in Pakistan. So almost in the middle part of the innings, 46 for the loss of 2 in 8.3. Shafiq is trying hard, but his strike rate is not really developed. Russo 9 from 11. They need a couple of big overs now, Gladiators. That's good delivery, slow delivery, just slackening the pace and forcing the batsman to miscue that one.
I think we saw that last night though with Dawood Malan though, didn't he? He started off quite slowly, but then by the end of his innings got 43 off 30 and picked it up. That's probably the key here, isn't it? That you want to ensure that if Shafiq is going to be a runner ball at the moment at 25, that by the end of his innings that he's really ramped it up and he's 50, 60 off that sort of 45 kind of mark.
think the one thing today as well with the way the pitch may be a little bit slow is that those cutters may serve a greater purpose on today's surface as opposed to last night when it was greener, when it was sliding on under the lights. I think it'll hold a little bit more and be a little bit more deceptive in the surface today.
Is there a percentage of slow deliveries that you're looking at in 6 balls? What's the ideal combo, Bish? Nearly a brilliant catch. He's still such a great fielder and asset in the field. Brendan McCullum with a flying effort.
Yeah, my own thinking is I'm not sure that I'd use that percentage. I think a lot of bowlers, myself included, and a lot of guys that I talk to go by feel. They go by the feel of the situation. Shane Watson, for example, as we talked about last night, will try to decide what the batsman is going to do, anticipating on a particular ball, and then move according to that. So I don't think you can always go with a preset idea that 50% or 25% has to be by feel.
Not feeling too great about us at Shafiq. Quetta's 50 is now 51 for the loss of 2 in 9. Current run rate of 5.67 is not going to really trouble Qalandars that much. Sunil Narayan back in, and his bowling, Masud Shafiq loses the plot. He's so accurate, Narayan. He'd be wicket to wicket, and well, he was flirting with risk by attempting that lap sweep, and he's gone, dismissed. Tried hard, did his best, but 29 of 28 balls, just not good enough to set up a show for his side. Quetta now 51 for 3. In walks Sarfraz Ahmed, the captain. Quetta in bit of a bother. 51 for the loss of 3. They need momentum, they need quick runs, and they need to go at Sarfraz's career strike rate of 115 at least. And he's off and running.
Well, as we mentioned, Asad Shafiq, this is exactly what they did not need. The man who was going at less than a run a ball then doesn't have time to get himself in and go well past that. He's dismissed, and the even tougher part now is you've got a bowler like Narayan coming on who is so miserly. Makes it exceptionally difficult now to get in and get going very quickly.
Toughie for the keeper. Narayan had to remodel his bowling action and he hasn't done a bad job of it. His confidence is up. He's bowling a lot better. And that's his quality on a batting track. You can get this from Narayan. Accuracy and subtle variations. He doesn't need a square turner to be effective. Must be difficult for a guy who hasn't played him before, because to read his off-cutters and leg cutters at pace, and then he can alter his pace as well, and he's hitting the stumps almost every time. Can be a difficult read. We're out here enjoying lovely Dubai weather, and we've got the extras here in Wilco and the rest of them, obviously not the A team. Oh, bowled him. That one came back and hit the bat and then the stumps, and Sarfraz bewildered. Didn't know what to do with it. Went for his cut shot, didn't read the spin on it, and is dismissed, gone. And Quetta Gladiators clearly now being damaged by this wonderful bowling spell from Narayan, and Qalandars have got a hold over there, over the Gladiators. Sarfraz Ahmed dismissed for 1, Quetta 54 for the loss of 4.
Bad luck, go here. I'm not doing anything. Ah, nice.
So Mohammad Nawaz is the new batsman for the Quetta Gladiators, and just a little bit of a wobble here by the Quetta side. 120 runs in his 10 matches. He can play. Mohammad Nawaz is a genuine all-rounder. He likes to get on with it, likes to play a few shots, but he's got to now steady the ship and get a few runs. So it's asking a lot now, the middle order. He's caught hold of this pretty well. Well, once again, it's Narayan that is weaving a little spell of intrigue here. It's the end of Sarfraz.
Little too close to cut and little bit of spin, but it was probably just too close to Sarfraz, and Gladiators as yet not finding their feet batting wise.
There's always a very nice bustling sort of motion by Yasir Shah. Do we need to mention that? Gets through his overs quickly, Yasir Shah. He gets through a lot of deliveries very quickly, so he's always at you. And someone like Riley Rousseau would like to sort of regroup from most deliveries, get set for the big shot. But this fella comes at you, runs right through at you. Ooh, he's just got an inside edge to that. He was a long way down.
Rocking Riley Rousseau. Wow. Little drinks break just around the corner, the timeout. It's taking a few deliveries to settle in is Rousseau.
So the runs and the boundaries have dried up. It's 56 for 4. The end of the cool and cool strategic timeout, 3.5 minutes, and a wonderful shot from our HBL drone cam over the Dubai International Cricket Stadium here, where we had the glittering opening ceremony last night. Now the Quetta Gladiators going to have to now contend with the medium pace of Grant Elliott, who in the ICC World Cup in 2015 made a nuisance of himself with the ball, bowling very slow medium, but he's got a whole variety of tricks. We saw him last year, Baz. We saw, oh, now that is gone. Surely the umpire's smiling. He's going upstairs for a third umpire referral, but Brendan McCullum and company are smiling here.
Oh, it is. That is how you get into the game as a group. Review time. And miles out. Absolute miles out. Direct hit. Elliott got back, but wasn't needed in the end. And so another nail in the coffin for Quetta. Yeah, Qatar Airways. OUT, you're out of here. Nawaz has got to go, just got in, and now he's just got out for a single. It's 56 for 5.
So we have two left-handers in now. The new batsman is Tissa Pereira. This is the end of Nawaz. Yasir Shah was the fielder. Yasir, he's quick in the field. He was quick on there. And Grant Elliott, all he had to do was stand behind the stumps. Didn't have to do anything.
The ideal start for Qalandars. First game of the tournament, a new squad, a new regime, and they've got the opposition 57 for 5.
And the new man is Tissa Pereira from Sri Lanka. There's Yasir Shah, the fielder, who accounted for Mohammad Nawaz. Well, the Quetta Gladiators were 26 for 2 in the power play, and that's their worst ever in a power play in the PSL. We're looking at some of the lowest scores in the HBL PSL. Karachi Kings 111, Islamabad 117, and Lahore Qalandars. Islamabad 121 and Lahore again 125. Meanwhile, Rousseau has found life difficult himself. He's only made 14 from 22 deliveries. Hasn't hit a 4 yet. Brendan McCullum is keeping the strong grip here. Well, that's a great view across the city to Dubai from our HBL drone cam. Getting some superb shots with this HBL drone cam over the top of the Dubai International Cricket Stadium.
Oh, busy.
12 gone, it's 60 for 5. 12 overs gone here. The Quetta Gladiators put into bat by Brendan McCullum, skipper of the Lahore Qalandars. Tanvir 1 for 8, Irfan Jr. 1 for 8. That was the wicket of Peterson. Narain 3 overs, 11 dot balls. So he's bowled 18 deliveries, 11 of them dot balls, 2 for 11. Bilawal Patti 2 overs, none for 17. Yasir Shah 2 overs, none for 10. Let's join Zainab.
Quetta Gladiators के star batsman Asad Shafiq मेरे साथ इस वक्त मौजूद हैं. Asad, not exactly the start that Quetta Gladiators wanted.
हाँ जी बिल्कुल, वो स्टार्ट नहीं है जो हमें चाहिए था. क्रेडिट देना पड़ेगा लाहौर की टीम की बॉलिंग पर. उन्होंने बॉलिंग बहुत अच्छी की और जो हमारा प्लान था शुरू में अटैक करने का वो उन्होंने नाकाम किया और रिस्ट्रिक्ट किया. बहुत अच्छी बॉलिंग करके.
अच्छा, पिच अभी तक आपको कैसी लगता है, कैसे बिहेव कर रही है? नारायण की भी 2 विकेट्स हो गई हैं. इज इट हेल्पिंग द स्पिनर्स? आपकी क्या थॉट्स हैं इसमें?
जी बिल्कुल, फास्ट बॉलर्स का शुरू में जो है 1-2 ओवर बॉल स्विंग हुआ था, लेकिन बॉल अच्छा आ रहा है बैट पे. विकेट अच्छी है बैटिंग के लिए. कुछ गलत शॉट्स मारे हम लोगों ने और उसके बाद जो है बॉल टर्न हो रहा है. कल की बनस्बत आज थोड़ा सा बॉल स्पिनर्स का जो है वो टर्न हो रहा है.
अच्छा, ये बताइए कि कितना स्कोर आप कहेंगे कि ठीक रहेगा? ऑब्वियसली करंट सिचुएशन से अगर कहाँ तक लेके जाना पड़ेगा?
यहाँ से अगर हम स्कोर 135, 140, 130 तक लेके जाते हैं तो एक फाइटिंग स्कोर होगा. और हमारी बॉलिंग जिस तरह की है, जितनी डेप्थ है हमारी बॉलिंग में, हम लोग बिल्कुल कैपेबल हैं 130, 135 को डिफेंड करने के.
चलें, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया असद आपका एंड ऑल द बेस्ट.
थैंक यू सो मच. थैंक यू.
Asad Shafiq, thanks Zainab. So we're into the 13th over here. 26 for 2 was the power play score for the Quetta Gladiators. Their second worst power play of the event, and that's a reverse sweep just for 1. Sunil Narayan has been a tormentor here today. He's got his line and his length right.
Pretty much all the time of his whole career, Sunil Narayan. He has been so difficult to get away when he hits that good length around that 4 metres. Has everyone in knots. Flight, the pace, all those sorts of things go in his favour. Really, that's all you see from guys. Milk it down the ground, let's see him off. 13 done at 60, 5 for 5.
Vivian Richards there, the mentor for the Quetta Gladiators, with a concerned look on his face. 7 overs gone to go here. We've got the 2 left-handers. Now, Tissara Pereira is one batsman. Here he is. He can cause a lot of damage. But projected scores, well, they got to go some to get it anywhere near 120. Pereira's got to come off here for the Quetta Gladiators. That's a good inside-out shot, and that's 6 out of the middle of the bat.
First time Elliott has given him pace on the ball. Riley Rousseau just eased that over extra cover. Seam up delivery and just eased it over extra cover. Smack bang in the middle of the bat.
Well, he's just bowled a bouncer. That is, oh, Mohammad Irfan Jr. He's gone down in a heap, but he's done the main thing, which is to stop the boundary. That's why he gets congratulated by Yasir.
Oh, check this out. Bouncer from Elliott. Keeper standing up, and then the big fella, all 6'6" of him. And watch the splits. Oh, the dance floor.
bouncer and just ramps it over the top. Not enough pace to get to the boundary.
Beats the inner ring and it'll be 4.
That's what Pereira brings to the party. Power. Power hitter. And this one again, a little bit of room provided by Elliott and smash. Crashed through the offside.
Well, that's a much needed injection of runs for Quetta. 80 for 5.
So they pick up upstairs.
The first match and a double-header here today, the second day of the HBL PSL, and Quetta Gladiators 80 for 5. Now then, are you tweeting? That's the official handle at the PSL T20. Hashtag LQ versus QG. Hashtag HBL PSL. Here's Yasir Shah. We're into the 15th over now, 81 for 5. Rousseau has just started. He's hit a 6 over extra cover. He hasn't hit a boundary yet, but he's got 25 from 27. They've got to think in terms of 120, 130 at least.
Come on, Riley. You and I were there. Alan Wilkins, KL 2008, the under-19s. And this guy looked a talent back then. Now, he's got to get a wriggle on for the boys in purple. Pereira come in. Bosch to boundary. He's got into double figures, but Rousseau is key now for Quetta to get up and get a decent total. Something competitive for Lahore to try and track down.
That'll be a reload for Yasir. Can't go down the leg side. Now it's gone straight up to Bilal Bhatti, and Bhatti takes a very good catch. He was underneath it at a long sighting of the ball. Brendan McCullum celebrates, and a danger man is on the way back. Pereira goes for 12, it's 83 for 6. Well, Hassan is the new batsman, but Riley Rousseau is Kenya Hassan Khan. He comes in at 8 with Riley Rousseau there on 26. The end of Pereira.
Didn't get all of it. And Bilal Bhatti very comfortable right in front of us. Takes it easily.
Umpire had a good look. So did Bilal Bhatti.
Qalandars dominating, just getting wickets at the right time. No impotence in the innings for Quetta.
Well, they lost them back in that wonderful decade of Alan Wilkins. 3 of them in the 50s, Al. 51, 54 and 56. It's
one of the great decades of the century. Very cultured looking forward push for one. Yassir's conceded very few runs here, 1 for 15, and he's just about to finish his 3rd over. All the generals in. Oh, he's got an edge. And will this go all the way? It's another chase for Irfan. He can't get down there. He just can't bend down enough to stop the 4. It's 89 for 6.
They're all good there, aren't they? They're all good? They're all good. No, they're all good. They're all... Hang on. Hang on. No. No. Who's doing it? Shh. I can hear it. I can hear it. I can hear it.
Sohail Tanvir, here's the 3rd over. He's very, very good bowling at the different phases of the innings. He's applied his trade all over the world. We've seen a lot of him in the Caribbean, and he'll want to teach this young man how to bend at the knees and bend at the waist in order to save runs for his team. But Irfan will learn and be more athletic. I'm sure the fielding coach will be after him in the next few sessions to come. Mel?
Most definitely. Probably the first time the ball went through the inner circle to start with. Probably had an opportunity there to get the big frame down, then fell in behind the ball. And that's when you're always in a little bit of strife.
What do you think they can compete with here, Rameez? I think Asad Shafiq said about 130 when he was interviewed.
Don't think 130 is going to be enough, because Lahore look very determined. They've installed a new captain who likes to be aggressive. He's got a good team to lead, and I think that they look to be on target here. I don't think 130 is going to be enough. Umar Akmal was in blistering form last year for Qalandars, but the inability to hit big shots is quite amazing. I mean, Gladiators last year was so good with big shots, with reading the situation and applying the skills. Just didn't take off at all in this innings.
I think the other thing, you mentioned Paddy Upton coming in as well. He did some fantastic work with the Sydney Thunder. They'd finished bottom of the ladder in the Big Bash for numerous years and then came through and won it last year. And he works exceptionally closely with all the players.
Good shot. Can long on cut it off? No, 4. Good use of the feet from Rousseau. He's a talent. He started slowly, but he's starting to get into a little bit of a stride.
Well, it's a very good shot. Safe. He's been steady, but maybe the time for him to cut loose but be sensible. This was a very sensible shot. Down the ground is a safe bet. He read the pace on that one. Sohail Tanveer will be offering a lot of subtle variations in this spell.
Probably be 4 more as well. Not as controlled this time from Riley Russo, but it's a welcome boundary. The Quetta Gladiators will be happy for any run they can get.
Well, the 100 comes up with a thick inside edge. All of a sudden, Riley Russo is hoping that he can do what Shafiq Assad didn't do, which was get a hurry on. He's got to start 40 from 33, but he really is the key. Now for the Gladiators, they're going to put something half competitive on the scoreboard.
Not a bad over for Quetta. They'll take 12 off the over. 101 for 6. The last 3 overs have given something back to the batting unit, but it was a slow start. They were slow through the middle, and they've lost wickets. Yazir Shah will continue. So important that Riley Russo bats through the remaining overs. Just talking to Sir Vivian Richards just before the game, and he was just so impressed with the humility of Riley Russo, saying he was such a good ball striker at net sessions, but he just sits there quietly, you know, and just so much at ease with himself. And I don't know what about that really impresses Sir Vivian Richards in terms of his character.
A bit like his batting, I guess. He hasn't panicked, and he's kept it rather simple also. He looks to be a confident young player.
Well, Brendan McCullum in the field. He's one of the most entertaining cricketers going around. Had the gloves on for most of his international career. But through IPL, Big Bash, you see him in the field in a circle. He's quick, he can dive, he takes great catches. And on the boundary line, he's quick across the ground if he's not captaining.
See him stretching his hamstrings. It's important for him to stay fit, because this is high pressure cricket, and if you're not in circuit and playing this kind of league regularly, you can be physically taxed.
Well, he's had back problems. I'm not sure if he's had the operation yet. He was really limited back in the Caribbean in the CPL last year, so he looks to be moving a little freely. He's played the Big Bash and he's come into the PSL here, so he's got a stretch of cricket going. But Mel, you're right, for years during the IPL I've called him the most exciting fielder in the world. I'm not saying he's the best, I'm just saying he's the most exciting. He throws himself everywhere.
That's a good shout, isn't it? Because he never gives up on a ball. Like, even if you think you know 2/3 of the way to the boundary, he will always put himself in a position where he can change the game.
That's high. Has it got the legs on it? Looks like it just might have. That's a good strike.
Yeah, hitting the ball down the ground is the key to success, especially on a pitch like this one here. The ball is not spinning a lot. Got to the pitch, and once he did that, it was all too easy for Mudassir really to carve a 6. Yeah, very good shot. Kept his head down, eye on the ball, and hit it straight over long on. That's another very good shot. Pressure on the leg spinner, and it's leaked 13 runs, so a good one for Gladiators. They need to make most of the last part of this innings. Only 3 overs left, 114 for 6.
It's been a nice little flow for Quetta in the last 4 overs. They've managed to extract 49 runs from the last 4. A little bit of a shift in the impetus, 49 coming off the last 4. Solid strike into the sun, but the fielder was shading his eyes. It doesn't matter because Russo is at it again on this nice run.
Well, this is what Asad Shafiq need to learn. You occupy the crease, you play out few balls, and then you've got to take off. The takeoff stage has arrived for Russo. That ball set up so nicely for him. Irfan trying a slower bouncer and penalized. A smash over mid-wicket.
It'll be 50 for Riley Russo. Wasn't that long ago we were talking about him being 9 off 11 deliveries or something, but he's motored on here of late.
Yes, teams and coaches often talk about peaking at the right time and managing your innings well. So there's a lull at the start, but now it's smooth sailing for the left-hander. He's played some lovely crispy shots.
And it's the partnership as well, isn't it? With Hassan at the moment, 40 from just 18 deliveries, so he's playing his role. Exciting emerging player, up with one of the more senior players going around in Rousseau.
Yeah, Hassan Khan he's just 18 years of age. He played in the last ICC World Cup under 19, Karachi man, and he struck the ball quite beautifully. I think he's looking, Ramiz, I like the look of the few deliveries this young man has faced here, but we're going to focus on Riley Russo for the moment.
Yeah, some lovely shots. Safe battings, cracking drives to the offside, and every time he got the width or the room, he made use of it. His balance is good at the crease. And that's the reason why he's been able to hit those big shots. Yeah, smooth through the offside, not bad through the leg side, so a very good wagon wheel for him.
When you look at that wagon wheel, very strong through what you call the V area in cricket terminology. So I'm fairly sure that opposition captains will be looking at Riley Russo right throughout this tournament, be saying, right, our best fielders, they're going to field in front of the wicket, straight of the wicket, because that's where he likes to strike the ball.
It's another Hassan from the Under-19 World Cup playing for Karachi, Hassan Mohsin. Good young all-rounder. Can't wait to see him if he gets a game. 125 for 6. 125 with a couple of overs left. Can they be big overs for the Gladiators? Can they manage to squeeze to 150 or 145? Yeah, Tex telling the security what to do. Cameraman Tex. A switch in job spec.
Rollo Rasu would be disappointed he's missed out on that one. He's been striking the ball nicely, finding the middle of the blade, particularly the second half of this innings. And he had some space too. No protection on the boundary, backward of point.
That was a splendid delivery under pressure. When you know that the batsman is going to hit you, you've got to deliver that all-important Yorker, and he does it time and time again. Unnatural when it comes to reading the batsman's intent in the last part of the innings especially.
Well, we love him out in the Caribbean. He's played in the CPL and done a great job. I think it's for the Amazon Warriors, for whom he last played. And what he did is that he read pitch conditions very well. He bowled a short ball when it was needed with the new ball, and then he took pace off the ball and bowled those Yorkers on varying lines as the innings progressed. Great feel, Rameez. You're absolutely right, for conditions, situation of the game and batsmen.
Like that, for example, he bowled a link delivery to the new batsman. And to Riley Russo, who's in good hitting form, he'll look to vary the pace, the Yorkers, the slow bounces, all that kind of stuff. Moin Khan is the coach, and he's not under pressure, which is good to see. Moin K is laughing, smiling. Good. There's a chatterbox behind the stumps, Moin.
Excellent bowling. Mazhar Ashad, our scorer, reminds me that he was the second leading wicket taker in the CPL. Sohail Tanvir last year, 20 wickets.
The other thing that he does so well is that he's got all the angles covered. When you're bowling so many varieties, you can get it wrong also. But every time a big shot is attempted, it invariably goes to the fielder that is posted. It's a clever piece of field setting also.
It's a good sound on that, but not good enough. It's a good catch, timing the leap well down there at square leg. And again, successful bowling again from Sohail Tanvir. Knows when to take pace off the ball. Just has a wonderful feel for bowling at the different phases of the innings. A high-flying catch indeed. Seventh wicket goes down. Hashan Khan goes for 16. Can be quite aggressive with the bat, Anwar Ali. Outstanding, outstanding stuff from Sohail Tanvir. A wicket in the over and just 4 off it. 129 for 7.
2 for 24 for Sohail Tanveer, also in the process picking up his 250th T20 wicket. Splendid performance, economy of just 6. And bowling under pressure when the charge is on. He's the go-to bowler almost every time. Will this be taken? Rizwan is swift, but is away from the flight of the ball, and so lap attempted. Could have gone up in the air, but you've got to do that.
Just have a look at this catch too. Well, everyone had their eyes on it, but he made it look so simple, did Roy. I've seen him take some blinding catches backward of point. But when you make them look that easy, when you've got to cover that amount of ground, going back with the ball, you know you've got a good fielder on your side.
Call for 2. Could get 3. No, just stays at 2. I think Russo wants to have the rest of the strike as well.
It's always a way up, isn't it? When you're the set batsman and you're on 60 from 46, new batter in hasn't faced a ball yet, and you've only got 4 deliveries yet, you'd pretty much want to make sure that Riley Rousseau is facing the majority of them.
He hasn't hit it well enough. Got a lot of height, but no distance, and Umar Akmal takes it. Good in the outfield, Umar Akmal. And McCullum applauds and appreciates it. Quetta Gladiators will be indebted to Riley Rousseau for giving them at least a total to work with. Even though it, from the outset, may not look as though it's enough. 60 from 47 balls, 133 for 8. Not brilliantly fielded. Come back for 2.
Chris Green has found himself in the Pakistan Super League. One of the finds really for the Sydney Thunders in the Big Bash this year. Bowled exceptionally well, very tall spinner.
Like the selfie smile. There he is, finally emerging, the gladiator. Irfan being used in the last over of the innings is an emerging player. And he'll learn a lot from this experience, not this gentleman. But he's given good account of his potential. 2 for 26, Mohammad Irfan. Didn't look rusty, didn't look overawed by the situation. Yorker, and that's given out. The finger is raised. It took a lot of time, Shoaib, but in the end I think he probably read it right. Hitting the back boot, I think. Once again, good job done. Nice and full was Irfan, and well, he ends up with 3 for 26, and Qalandars have played a brilliant hand here.
Wonderful performance all round really for Lahore. You see some great footage once again from the HBL Spider Cam. You can just see how much that means to them. Poor performance last year. They've changed a lot within their squad. And they've fought back well.
Yeah, the original decision was out. Was it missing the stumps? Probably was, yeah. But credit to the fast bowler, at least thinking about that line and that length, fuller length. Qalandars putting up a very, very impressive performance there and a very good show. They looked sharp in the field. They had the resources. Good pool of spin and fast bowling. And led by a fantastic leader, McCullum. So Quetta clearly underperforming with the bat, except for Russo, looked rock solid, 60 from 47. Shahzad was in good form, went early. All right, Ahmed Shahzad went early for 5. Shafiq for 29 took a lot of time, and that was the real issue. The top 3 didn't firing and consuming a lot of deliveries, and in the end the tail also didn't do a lot. 136 for the loss of 9, maybe not enough.
Wonderful performance, really right across the board. Tanveer was great to see him back, bowling well. His left arm pace 2 for 24. As we mentioned, Irfan Jr. again superb with 3 wickets for 26. And then Narayan with his spin, 2 for 16. Wonderful economy rate as well. And 1 more to Yasir Shah. So we now have Zainab down on the boundary line.
Yes, I've got here with me Sunil Narayan. Well done on your performance, Sunil. What do you make of the wicket so far?
Yeah, I think it's a tough wicket to start on, but I think once you get in, it's a good batting wicket. I think you just have to set your mind good and depend on your skills.
And what would you say, how is it playing under somebody like Brendan McCullum?
Yeah, he's a very attacking captain. He's different in his own way, and he does things his way. So I think he's someone that is a good captain and someone I look playing into.
What about your personal performance? What were you looking at, variation, or what was your aim when you were bowling?
Basically just trying to get dot balls, but I think I did the basics right, and it paid off at the end.
What about the score? What do you think of it?
Yeah, I think it's a good score. I think once we get a good start with the openers in the power play, I think we should be able to chase it.
All right, thank you so much for your time and all the best.
Thanks.
Lahore then need 137 in 20 overs in at 6.85 RPO, which shouldn't be tough because the pitch played quite nicely. It was Qalandars who bowled magnificently and kept things under check. They had a nice spread. Spinners doing a fairly good job, led by Narayan. Russo there tried his level best in trying conditions because his team was struggling. He played a lovely innings, intelligent knock, and the innings blossomed when it needed to. The last part of the innings we saw him to hit some lovely shots, 6 over mid-wickets and drives through the offside, and he played with a straight bat and very impressive through the offside and the leg side as well. Right then, Sunil Narayan bowled superbly, wicket to wicket. That's his forte. Didn't spin the ball much, but I think it was the relentless pressure that was exerted by him. This was a costly mistake by Sarfraz because his innings meant a lot to Gladiators' chances, but he was never there, went early in the piece, and so the innings went downhill from that moment. In the end, maybe about 30-40 runs short. But let's see how they perform with the ball. Let's see if Viv Richards is able to get them together and get the best out of him. He's the mentor. He'll clearly be there in the huddle, geeing them up. The pitch looks good, and we'll have the second innings under lights here at the Dubai International Cricket Stadium. We'll be back shortly after a break.
Welcome back to the Dubai International Cricket Stadium. Lahore Qalandars against Quetta Gladiators. The Quetta Gladiators laboured in their innings to 136 for 9. So the Qalandars need 137 in their 20 overs, and the run chase starts at below 7 and over. 6.85 runs per over. It starts. Dylan Mills, the left arm quickie from England, who is a T20 specialist. He does have a back injury, so he doesn't play any long format of the game. He plays 2020 cricket, and he's fairly adept at it as well. Watch out for the variety that he brings with his left arm pace. He bowls a tremendous slow ball out of the back of his hand. Tisara Pereira, the Sri Lankan, generally medium pace, bowls his cutters when he wants to take pace off the ball. Amar Ali, Abdul Razak there, familiar face from years gone by in Pakistan cricket. Tremendous medium fast bowler with great variety as well. Now one of those has got a tremendous batting record. So Sir Vivian Richards. Well, Danny Morrison is supposed to be up here. Is supposed to be up here with us, but I mean clearly, Danny Morrison. Look, there he is. Here's Danny Morrison right there. He's supposed to be here, but he's down there, rubbing shoulders with Vivian Richards, with knights of the game. So Danny, you're needed up here. Danny, yes, you're on. Danny. Phone call for Danny Morrison. There you go. So, should we give his phone number out? Buzz it.
He'll probably love that. People's person.
So, rather lackluster batting display we've seen from the Quetta Gladiators. The bowlers have got to pull something out here. Jason Roy, he can really get the ignition going straight away. He can ignite an innings. He's explosive. Jason Roy, a new signing for the HBL PSL this year.
McCullum and Jason Roy. So the first 6 overs will go a long way in deciding the game. Quetta need wickets straight away, because if these two settle down and play the power play, it'll be as good as over.
Might not take too long. Well, the Quetta Gladiators, the first 13 overs, they were 65 for 5, and the last 7 overs, they were 71 for 4. That's all history. Jason Roy, South African born, plays for England. It's his first appearance in the HBL PSL. And Brendan McCullum, just one of the most explosive batsmen on the world stage. Has retired from international cricket and ODI cricket. Zulfikar Barber, slow left arm. There's a long off straight away for the left arm spinner, and there is a slip in there as well. So here's Zulfikar.
Come on, Zulfi bhai. No! Well done.
Zulfikar Barber loves bowling with the new ball, and they will be hoping for him to get a few wickets straight away. He's played a lot of test cricket here.
Well, that's a bit different. It's one bounce 4. So Zulfikar knows exactly what he's up against. A cool and cool 4, and very cool it was as well.
In test cricket, second ball of the day, you don't get this type of shot. Reverse sweep, he's got all of it, and it almost carried for 6.
Down the ground this time, over mid-on. 6 it is.
this could be over in a hurry. They need wickets, Quetta, because Jason Roy and company will just hammer them. Fantastic balance and just a little flick at the right moment.
Yes, excellent footwork this. Look at the base from which he's hit that six.
Yeah, that's away.
Down the pitch, stays side on to the ball. Knew the spot where he wanted to hit it. Speed off the bat, 112 kilometers an hour.
Oh, sorry.
So the Quetta Gladiators know immediately that they've got two of the most destructive players in the world stage in T20 cricket right here for Lahore. 10 from the first over.
Yeah.
So Islamabad have 3 more matches to improve their run rate. Well, here's a set of numbers just to have a little chat about. Lahore Qalandars, in their 8 matches, they didn't really make the playoffs, but their run rate was the best of all the 5 franchises, 7.92. Quetta Gladiators 7.9, Islamabad 7.61, Peshawar 7.58 and Karachi 7.29. So Lahore at the top of the best run rate table right there in their 8 matches. You just add into the mix as well 2 players out of the 14 changes they've made to their squad. Players like Jason Roy and Brendan McCullum, and you've got 2 men who would change those numbers within a couple of overs. It has been reported, ladies and gentlemen, that Danny Morrison is back in the house. Danny Morrison is in the house. So Danny, were we not good enough for you? Was it Viv okay down there, Viv Richards? Danny, the whole world was watching you. You knew, and you were going, give me a ring, give me a ring, give me a ring, Viv.
Well, actually, I just had to say hello to the great man, and he misses you immensely, Alan. So said he'd look after you and take you out to dinner and things like that here in Dubai.
Yeah, thanks, Danny. Good to have you back. Brendan McCullum off the mark, first ball.
Timon Mills comes with a reputation. Ball's very, very quick, very sharp, back of the hand, slow ones, and he'll need all of those. They need inroads straight away.
Well, expect to see some variety from Timon Mills. He's got a very strange start of the run-up. He's got a bit of a hop, skip and jump. Got a sort of a bit of a hop. He's also got a slip and a gully to start with and a third man, so he's got 6 on the offside. There we are, there's all kinds of things happening there. Oh, the slip isn't wide enough. That ball flew off the edge.
Well, he asks questions. That's what Timon Mills does. Seen him in Bangladesh. He bowled very quick there in Chittagong. Length, it's that pace, it's the left arm angle. And he went to New Zealand and played there in their T20 comp.
Looks a bit like Andrew Simons, doesn't it?
Certainly a strong character. A couple of slips in, and rightly so.
Rightly so. She's not there. Too short and just hammered away with disdain. You just get everything with Jason Roy.
Hit the ground running. Just too short to him, and he's climbed into that with ease. Roy looking exceptionally good.
Roy of the Rovers. Good effort ball that was. Oh, problem here. There's a big problem if Mills can get back. And no one was at the non-striker's end. It needed someone there because McCullum had come 3/4 of the way down. And one of the greatest fielders ever there, Vivian Richards, would have seized upon that. Look where McCullum is. He's nowhere. And no one has gone back. Timel Mills had gone a long way down in his run-up. Amar Ali with the throw. Certainly needed someone to keep their cool right there in that moment. And it didn't. It could have just upset the rhythm of the Qalandars, who've got off to a flyer here. Mills hasn't let go a slower delivery yet, hasn't bowled with any of his tricks. I wonder if he's got one here with his last ball. Well, that was a little bit slower. There was something different, but it's going to be a familiar result. It's 4. So 2 gone, 23 on the board. Quetta Gladiators, they were put into bat by Brendan McCullum. 136 for 9 they were. Riley Rousseau, the South African, 60 from 14. Asad Shafiq, 29. Irfan Jr., the tall quickie, 3 for 26. Narayan, 2 for 16. And the Qalandars, 23 for no wicket. Sohail Tanvir took 2 wickets as well. Zulfikar's going to have another over. His first cost him 10. He went for a 6 and a 4. Fractionally short, literally biffed away.
The old boy tweaking a few. Jason Roy, well, in a way, he'll know what Mills is trying to serve up as well. Of course, know each other so well on the English circuit. It is the beauty of franchise cricket around the globe. You have so many different players from around the world, then coming up against each other when they're teammates back in a different dressing room in a different part of the world.
Gone again. He's repeated the same shot. Now Zulfikar has got to work out how to bowl to Jason Roy here.
Does hit it well. Again, it's just one bounce over the fence. It's just amazing. These modern day players get so much power behind the reverse sweep.
Well, it's a pitch to go after the spinners. It's sliding on, it's not really turning much at all. So the spinners are saying, look, we've got to give it a little bit more extra flight to try and get it purchased whilst the ball is new and that proud seam is there. but it is still sliding on, courtesy of the grass on this pitch. Get tweeting, you know it.
Nawaz!
Down the pitch, Zulfikar's getting a pasting here. That's one bounce for, but both McCullum and Roy have taken a liking to Zulfikar.
Rock on the Kiwis. There's a few of them here in the house tonight. Here he comes. B-Mac on the attack here with a little flick. So much confidence, and don't they love it here?
There's runs coming everywhere here, and Quetta can't stem the flow. Bazid, let me put this to you, can I? McCullum or Roy, Buhat Kartarnak, batsman hen.
Very true. Very dangerous players. You've not lost it since last PSL.
Yeah,
the Urdu's coming along.
Urdu, yes. It's got to come on.
Scary. Alan with Thalen, Makhaba.
Got him this time, Zulfikar. It's cost him some runs. It's probably cost him a bit of a headache as well, but he likes to see that. He certainly likes to see the end of one of these two. Well, Roy was the boy while he was there. 27 from 14, it's 34 for 1.
Christmas. This is butt. In the butt.
Fakhar Zaman coming in at 3. Oh, belted it! What a crack there was around the ground from McCullum. Bat sounds electric. Sarfraz might be whistling, he's probably whistling for some help.
Whether it's New Zealand, Australia, India, England or the Caribbean, this guy, Brendan McCullum, he's seen it all, done it all. Fast hands and a fast blade. And the former Kiwi captain enjoys it here in the UAE as ever.
Oh, absolutely nothing in that. That was a feather ball that just rolled along the ground from Mills. That's what he can do. He's got great deception.
And he'll need that. The bat speed of McCullum is just unbelievable. And again, back of the hand this time, deceiving him.
It's incredible, Baz. Ask Danny Morrison how difficult that is to bowl.
In another life? No. I'll tell you what, this guy, when he does get it right, you'll notice the seam was up then, the back of the hand. I say the good fortune of seeing him in the Bangladesh Premier League, and he is so adept at getting that slower ball right. He comes round the wicket, again another left arm. It just seems to be this cacophony of left armers everywhere. And it's the variations, but it's also the advantage, I reckon, of the left-handed lines from coming around. They're liking it here in the boxes anyway.
Be a big experience for Fakhar Zaman. He's played a lot of first-class cricket. He comes from Mardan near Peshawar, and he scored a lot of runs. They reckon that he's a destructive player, especially in the limited overs form of the game. A lot expected from him.
Played that well, Brendan McCullum. He just leant away and just gave himself a little bit of room. Now, if you're in the crowd, you've got a chance. If the ball flies into the crowd, you've got a chance with a Pepsi catch a craw. Chance to win a share of a craw. If the ball ends up coming into your way and you catch it cleanly, then you then go into our Pepsi catch a craw pool of cricketers or spectators who can catch the ball. So good luck with that if the ball comes your way. Good effort ball. You could hear the effort from Mills. 41 for 1. It's another clean hit, this. Well, that's clattered into the advertising boards, and McCullum is going after Zulfikar. He's proving expensive, the left-arm spinner.
Not a lot of spin, and Baz McCullum, bat speed, fast hands, stands and delivers. And when he hits it, it just goes traveling.
Love the shoes. To go with the shirt. I'm the captain. Oh, it's been a great sight for well over a decade in terms of McCullum going after the bowlers in white ball cricket. Yeah. Bring your catching mitts to the HBL PSL. Pepsi catch a craw. You've got your catching hands on. You could win a few bob.
McCullum wants the single. Sunil Narayan bowled impeccably today. Gave absolutely nothing away. New signing, he didn't play last year, but Sunil Narayan, with his usual box of tricks. Out. One shot too many this time. Pereira takes a simple catch, but with Brendan McCullum it's always going to be bright and breezy. Fireworks when he's there. He perishes playing another shot. So McCullum goes for 20 from 11 balls. Zulfikar gets another, and it's 49 for 2. The strong batting lineup continues. Umar Akmal, 335 runs in 7 matches.
Oh! Well done, well done, well done, well done. Now, Nawaz.
Time for the Akmals. It's time to see a bit of the end of Brendan McCullum. He does rate the shot. Goes to fetch spinners from outside off and likes to drag them around a long wide, long on.
Well done, very well done.
Finishes 5 here, 49 for 2.
Yes. And that's the 50 up. So a very good start here from Lahore. Finished last in PSL last year. Major changes to their team, and it's certainly paying up for them at the moment. Yes, there was 2 early wickets in McCullum and Roy, but the intensity and the positivity, I think, will be certainly making Lahore supporters very excited about the season ahead.
It's a good time to bowl a few dots. 2 new batsmen at the crease. Umar Akmal obviously is or has been their star player. Fakhar Zaman on the other end has been talked up by Qalandars. They feel that he's the magical guy with the bat. Highly recommended at number 3 post.
Lovely bowling.
Just a little bit of foot movement here. Some hard yards being done. Just have a chat to Anwar as well. Mohan Khan, another fabulous wicket keeper for Pakistan. Some great support for Lahore as well today. Certainly smiling a lot more than what they did last year. On the charge, and it's going to be caught. Yes, it is. Doesn't clear the inner circle. It's Pereira who moves back very nicely, takes the ball comfortably, and all of a sudden, after a very positive start here from Lahore, Quetta are now fighting back. 3 wickets now down. Umar Akmal starts off his PSL with a duck. Inside that ander is the little duck. Something he will not want to be looking at. 50 for 3. Lots of moments here for some Q-Mobile selfie moments. Get the phone out, the GoPro. I think Danny Morrison took a few with Viv just a few overs ago. That's why he was late back. Speaking of the man himself, there he is. I grew up going to the MCG to watch him when he toured with the West Indians. What a powerful side they were back then. Clive Lloyd as the skipper. Haynes, Greenwich. A wonderful generation of cricketers. It's nicely played. Won't go all the way to the boundary, but they will certainly get back for 2.
Yeah, clearly not a good option. Taking his hand off the bandle, obviously didn't time it. It just arrived. I think he got enthused because mid-off was up in the ring, and Sir Vivian is all excited about that wicket. And it's a big one because Umar Akmal was in good form for Qalandars in the last edition. Top run scorer, in fact, in the last edition.
Bish, I'm surprised at your reaction here. You weren't expecting Viv to get so animated.
I would say I wasn't expecting. Sir Vivian is as a great player, you will not find a more passionate person about the game. What you see there is exactly how he feels about every cricket match and every young cricketer that he looks at.
That's why he's a mentor, isn't he? Nicely played up and over the offside. That will race away to the boundary. So after the loss of a couple of wickets, they're now fighting back here. It's 57 for 3 at the end of the power play. Runs required from just the 84 deliveries for Lahore to chalk up their first win in their first match. Well, the comparison well and truly in favour of Lahore. 57 for 3 at the end of their power play. The Gladiators, on the other hand, had an exceptionally slow start, losing the 2 for just 26 in the first 6 overs. And I think because of that, there's a lot of discussion going on out in the field about bowling plans.
Well, it's clear that Gladiators need wickets. Simple as that to win this one. Nawaz is in. Bit of left arm spin. He's got a lovely bowling action. May not spin the ball much, but he's had a flavour of international cricket, and so he'll be a little bit confident.
There probably are those two types of spinners, isn't it? Ones that don't spin the ball a lot but have good consistency, can vary their flight and their pace. And then, of course, you've got the big turners of the ball. A couple more fielding changes here, as Ramiz Raja rightly said. They need wickets, so the slip comes into play. Well, there's a chance. There was hands on heads at the moment. So this will keep them interested here at the moment.
There's a chance at both ends because Rizwan can be mercurial on the day. He can play some wonderful shots, but didn't have a happy time of it in Australia recently when he was played in the one days. And Zaman is new to the task. He's got potential, they say, but how will he read the situation? How he'll cope with the pressure that's been exerted by Gladiators here? Only time will tell.
Come on, boys!
This is a good situation to judge how good Zaman and Rizwan can be as a pair.
Quick single taken, well judged. And I think that'll be the key for Lahore here too, just to keep the pressure on as constantly as they possibly can. They want to keep that run rate in check. The required run rate at the moment, under 6. So that is certainly well under control. Well, a little bit of turn. So the first one that we've actually seen grip a little bit on this pitch here at Dubai International Sports Stadium.
Such a good delivery, perfect length to allow the ball to grip and spin.
Follows it up, and is it taken? I think we'll go upstairs. No. Shahzad's taken the ball very nicely, not straight away, said he wasn't sure. So this could be a huge change in the game here. Lahore at the moment 59 for 3. Umpires now come together to discuss whether or not they think it's carried.
I think the fielder himself has signaled that it's a bump catch, so they're not going to refer it.
Big shots coming, big shots coming. Okay.
Well, originally, I thought that there was a signal from the fielder to go upstairs.
Bus.
Oh, Spirit of Cricket lives large in the Pakistan Super League. Single off the last, and Lahore goes to 60 for 3. Looking at changing the bowl, it's going to be Hassan Khan coming on. However, we do have Zainab Abbas down on the boundary.
क्वेटा के सिंगर फाखिर महमूद मेरे साथ इस वक्त मौजूद हैं। जी फाखिर, कैसा लग रहा है आपको? एटमॉस्फेयर यहाँ का कितना ज़बरदस्त?
ये पाकिस्तान में होता तो क्या होता, क्या मज़े होते। इट्स इलेक्ट्रीफाइंग एंड जीत तो पाकिस्तान की ही है। व्हाट अ ब्रांड, व्हाट अ ब्रांड।
और पाकिस्तान की जीत की आप बात करें तो सबसे बड़ी जीत तो ये है कि फाइनल जो है वो लाहौर में खेला जाएगा। इस बड़ा ये थॉट्स ऑन दैट?
इंशाल्लाह अल्लाह करता तो सेमीफाइनल भी वहाँ हो जाता, लेकिन चलें, इट्स अ गुड स्टार्ट, इट्स अ ग्रेट स्टार्ट। फाइनल वी आर लुकिंग फॉरवर्ड टू दैट 5 मार्च इंशाल्लाह, और वी आर ऑल एक्साइटेड अबाउट इट।
अच्छा, you're obviously rooting for Quetta going by this, and you sung the beautiful song. और जैसे बात करें, एक विकेट भी गिर गए।
Massive wicket, yes. Sir Viv is up off his seat because he's pumped. Once again, the breakthrough comes. High fives all round, yes. He likes it. You want that man in your team, don't you? Unfortunately, though, first ball in T20 cricket for Hassan, and he's pulled up a fantastic wicket. He's got Rizwan for 5, and Lahore are now 60 for 4. Well, the Gladiators only put on 136, having been sent in, but at the moment, it's looking almost competitive as Lahore now have lost their 4th wicket.
It's hitting leg stump. It looked close the moment it hit the pad. The arm delivery that didn't spin, and what a result for the left armour. Wicket off his first ball in T20 cricket. Viv is happy or what?
Well, I think he's going to get, obviously, excitement from getting a wicket with his first ball. He's going to get even more excited when he comes off today, because I think Sir Viv will give him one of these high fives that he was handing out to everyone. Security guard, the wall.
The thing about that passion that you see there, there's also the opposite end of a scale when things don't go as well as he expects. Now, he's learned to control it in the dressing room, to be fair, but he really does feel the other end of the scale for disappointment as well.
So you mean to tell me those high fives turn into backhand slaps?
I said in the dressing room he controls it.
Come on, fellas, we know what happens in the dressing room stays in the dressing room.
Just looking at the rest of the batting as well. It's a big deflection there. I don't think you can call it a drop. It's too big a deflection with the keeper standing up. But there's Sunil Narine to come next, and while he can be an aggressive low-order batsman, he doesn't have consistency. Sohail Tanvir is probably a better option as a low-order batter or all-rounder. But the depth of the batting isn't great after this.
Good bit of work, good hustle. You can just feel the vibe now just lifting in and amongst the side because of these 4 early wickets. And that's Narine next in. Ended up opening up for the Melbourne Renegades during the Big Bash on a couple of occasions.
He fielded at cover today as well, which is probably a first for him too.
And another good over, just 3 runs coming from it, and at the wicket, 63 for 4.
He got runs as well, huh? About 18.
16.
Wonderful T20 debut for Hassan, 16 off 11, and really put together a fantastic partnership with Riley Rasood. And now a wicket with his first ball. It's going to be Nawaz to continue. Nice footwork there, just a settling period now, it looks like, for Grant Elliott and Lahore.
Well, Qalandars must understand that they need singles really to win this. Wickets in hand, that's what they need to look after.
Big shots coming, lads. Big shots coming, lads. Come on.
Yeah, the equation isn't a hard one for them. So we're going to do a quick break and play. We're going to pop on back down to Zainab.
Back here with Fakhir. Fakhir, हम बात कर रहे थे Quetta Gladiators की. You're rooting for Quetta Gladiators. Great comeback by them so far.
हाँ यार, क्रिकेट यही सिखाता है, स्पिरिट ऑफ नेवर से डाई. हार जिंदगी में कभी नहीं माननी, और क्रिकेट मैच में तो बिल्कुल भी नहीं. इट्स नॉट ओवर अंटिल इट्स ओवर.
अच्छा, आप कह रहे थे कि आपने एक प्रेडिक्शन की थी स्कोर की, और वो बड़ी ज़बरदस्त रही है.
नहीं, 1 रन से ख़राब हो गई. 135 था मेरा जो प्रेडिक्शन था, वो 136 कर गई हमारी टीम.
Your thoughts on the final?
Let's see. कुछ अभी it's too early days. अभी बहुत शुरू के दिन है. 2-4 दिन के बाद मैं आपको प्रेडिक्ट कर सकता हूँ.
Final in Lahore, उसके बारे में क्या है?
Exciting, fireworks and tickets black होंगी. लोग पागलों की तरह कदाफी स्टेडियम के आसपास होंगे. And it's just going to be a lot of fun. Rock and roll.
Thank you so much, Fakhir, and all the best.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah, well, I think everyone's excited about the fact that the final is in Lahore. I'm excited about it. Be my first trip there, Ramiz.
Fantastic.
Show me around.
Most welcome, absolutely. We'll go to Badshai Mosque And to the Lahore fort. Plenty of things to see. And the food street. There's a couple of kilometers of food street where you walk in the stalls right and left of the road. You love it. If you like Pakistani food, that is.
You better believe it. I'm actually staying on for a little bit longer as well. So have a look around, helping out a little bit with some of the women's and girls cricket development, which will be a lot of fun. Just punched off the back foot for a single to finish off another very good over. Just the 3 runs coming from it, 66 for 4.
Bish, yeah. Bish ball is fast to spell it Gaddafi Stadium. Sania Mir is from she's the first Pakistani as well. Sana Mir. 100 wickets in ODIs the other day. Sana Mir. She lives in Lahore. Lives in what section? So that's the Badshai Mosque, and wonderful roadworks. Just a busy, happy place. A bit of greenery, a lot of flowers, a lot of nice people. You people.
Zulfikar now continues. You've played there, Bish?
Yeah, and played there, commentated there. One of the better parts of the world that I've been to, and the cricket facility, obviously, at Gaddafi Stadium is fantastic. Depending on the time of year, conditions very cool and very bowler-friendly, I found. I know you scored a lot of runs there, Amis, but that's by the way.
Well, Ian's fastest spell, I mean, against us, probably was at Lahore. Before he got injured in the second innings, I think, Bish. But in the first innings, was lightning quick. That was Saidan's debut test match. And he got a pair. Still remember how he was taken caught behind of a nasty short pitch delivery. It wasn't a bouncer, but his legs were up in the air and his bat was somewhere else, and he gloved a quick one from Bish.
We'll also give a shout out to another resident of Lahore and former Pakistani captain Sana Mir, who's currently in Sri Lanka at the moment with the women's team trying to qualify for the Women's World Cup. She became the first ever Pakistani bowler to take 100 one-day international wickets.
Good knowledge, man. Excellent.
And I'm tipping Pakistan will go through and qualify. It'll be a tough race though. Singles at the moment here for Lahore.
Well, this is the choking part of the innings, and you've got to feel well. Just come in a few yards in the circle. Make sure that they don't rotate the strike, because that is what they need to do here, Qalandars, and they'll be home. They need, what, 6.68 runs per over, so they can do this and win with just rotating the strike. Got to be smarter than that. I think Sarfraz is very keen. Sarfraz is extremely keen. I think it was Asad Shafiq who released the ball very quickly, and he was in a few yards as well, so he adjusted to the situation. This should be interesting decision pending.
Well, the Qatar Airways replay is showing that he is well short. Fantastic piece of fielding as Ramiz Raja so beautifully pointed out. Just crept in a little bit because he knew that Lahore were looking for singles. And that has resulted in what you would say is going to be an out decision. Just making sure that the bails haven't been broken by the gloves before the ball was in the hand. That looks A-OK from that angle. Just met the ball a little bit earlier and brought the ball down onto the stumps rather than taking the ball behind the stumps. I think if he'd done that, he would have missed out.
Yeah, Mel, it's good keeping because there was no high backlift. He just collected the ball and struck down the bails immediately. It's got to be out. Qatar Airways decision pending is out. undone by a beautiful piece of fielding from Asad Shafiq. He's improved quite dramatically in the field. Asad Shafiq has worked extremely hard on his fitness, and the results are showing. Fakhar Zaman has been dismissed. 68 for 5, Lahore Qalandars making it tough for themselves.
Well, 69 required from 61 deliveries. That doesn't sound too difficult, but when you look across and you see 5 wickets down, then it's starting to become a little bit more interesting here for Lahore. So Tanveer now out in the middle. Oh, and it could have been 6 for. Dot to finish another very good over, as Lahore are now 68 for 5.
Got a very good game of cricket on our hands here. Lahore Qalandars have lost half their side, which makes the equation of getting 68 in 59 ever more difficult. There you are, the Qalandars just under the worm of the Quetta Gladiators. Just over it, I should say, just over it, but concentration is the key here for the chasing side for the Qalandars.
Yeah, under the pump. Massively. Half time, Asad Shafiq said, well, get 135, 140, game on. Runs on the board, a little bit of pressure, your big guns have gone, particularly the openers, star quality there. Zalmir arriving, the Sharma brothers. The Kings and Zalmir. Match 3 just around the corner here in Dubai. Looking forward to this one. Sangers and Co up against Aaron Samison.
Comes from the HBL drone cam. We can get pictures from virtually anywhere with that. Ooh. Turned and a little bounce.
Spinners have come to the party. 4 Gladiators now. There's a little bit of purchase. The left arm spinners will have their say. HBL VIP box, win a competition and get in there. Not sure if you have to wear a mask though.
Single off the last ball of the 11th, 72 for 5. Buzzard, what's your friend doing down there? Right, serious stuff now. Tisserand Pereira comes on to bowl his first over from the Dubai Sports City end. And Lahore need 65 from 54. Tanvir on strike. He's no mug with the bat, Sohail Tanvir. He's got 5 first-class centuries. So he really can do more than just hold his end up. He can bat.
Mr. Razak. We're all in the house. Abdul Razak. Yeah, well, look at Sohail Tanvir. I'm a little bit nervous there. Lahore. But I tell you what, he holds the key, doesn't he? That left-handed all-rounder, Sohail Tanvir.
Lofted man underneath it. And makes a howler. Ahmed Shahzad, one of the more experienced players in this side. How costly is that going to be?
Is that the moment? Grant Elliott being given a life. It's pretty simple. He's come in quite well and just maybe a little late on. I don't think he got a hand to it. Just the reaction said it all.
He lives and breathes every bit, doesn't he? Lou Richards. He'd be a mentor sideline, get no control. Can't do anything.
If they lose this game, take a little wide circle around Viv when you come off the ground. Slower ball.
Be ready.
62 needed from 51, and they should have been 6 down here, the Qalandars. Well, that was really well bowled, executed well. There was no pace on that whatsoever.
Spinners, well, they're getting purchased, but the quick men have to do this. I've seen lots of the back of the hand slower balls in recent years, and I'll tell you what, TP, he's one of the best in the business.
It's another one. Just another slower ball.
Just looking more and more as if pace off the ball is going to work here.
Third man and fine leg, both up inside the circle. Little snick here, will go anywhere, but no pace. That's what he's counting on there, Tisserand Pereira. So he's bowled the last 3 deliveries, no pace at all. 77 for 5. .77 for 5. Wonderful shot of the cricket stadium here in Dubai, the Dubai International Cricket Stadium, from the HBL drone camera.
Big shots coming, lads. Big shots coming. एक विकेट नवाज जल्दी कर बेटा, थोड़ा लेट हो रहे हैं.
Round his legs, easily done. Quetta are getting through this Lahore Qalandars batting lineup. And it's the left arm spinner who's causing damage. Nawaz strikes.
Oh, it's just lazy. Mentor, the great one, loves it. He doesn't. Sohail, he's got to head back for just 5. And the 6-1 down now at 77.
Quetta having taken another wicket. Mohammad Nawaz into his 3rd over, 1 for 6. He's given absolutely nothing, and he was a revelation last year in the inaugural edition. One of the emerging players last year. Mohammad Nawaz.
Yeah, he's not going to die wondering, is he? Sunil Narayan. He's here because his other left-handed buddy, Sohail Tanvir, a very lazy stroke. Total miscalculation from Sohail, that far across, and yeah, he loved it. On the other side of the coin, the opposition are out of the dugout.
4 wickets for left arm spin. Quetta Gladiators. Poor shot though by Sohail Tanvir, but it's just the spinners that have brought them back into this game.
ठीक है अशद पीछे निकल यहीं पर शाबाश बलीड का देख रहा है ये इधर ही रखिए हां बलीड का देख रहा है ये नहीं नो चले.
Yeah, it's a lovely time of the evening here now, coming up to 6:25 in the evening. As the run rate heads towards 8 runs and over. 58 runs needed in 44 balls. Oh, let's drag that one down though. That was almost like a missed delivery there from Nawaz. Who do you think will win the match? Vote now at the PSL T20. Danny? Baz?
Going with the fielding side.
Okay, that's enough, thank you. He's got this through for a couple. When we come back, we'll have Bazid's prediction. 82 for 6. It's a marvellous shot, and that's where we're going to be, sharing this ground with Sharjah International Cricket Ground for a week of cricket. Around about 30,000 the capacity here. Oh, he's got an edge, and is he safe? He is. Zulfikar Barbara was the fielder.
He's trying this shot, okay?
Again, pace off the ball. Tishara Pereira with a little slow one. Abdul Razak happy with the bowling performance so far. Zulfikar Babar chasing after that valiantly.
As it pitched outside, I think it might have pitched outside leg stump. Again, it was a slower delivery from Pereira.
Unlucky, buddy. I was appealing from up here in the box. Pereira, again, subtle changes of pace. A little bit of variation on the crease too. He comes a little bit wider, or he just hovers back in. It's closer into the umpire, but on this occasion, I'm with you, Wilco. Pitching outside quite comfortably.
Danny, this must remind you of 1992 Dibley Doublers.
Thanks, Baz.
Edge beats the man. It's 4.
Even with that slow one, the outside edge carries to the fence. Grant Elliott hasn't timed a lot today, and yet again outside edge, but he'll take a boundary for that.
Beautiful slow ball again. Sit back here with the light to watch Mills and Pereira with those slower balls, back of the hand. It's such a skill.
He's only gone and done it again. You cannot blame the bowler. He's doing everything he can, and he's got 2 outside edges. One of them might well have been caught.
Elliott riding his luck. He's certainly got the placement right anyway, Grant Elliott. He's going on about Sahel Tanvir being key to this. Well, now Elliott's taken that role for Lahore. Again, likes to go through extra cover. He's looking for that, giving himself room and wanting to go straight over extra cover. That edge is going well though, Baz.
.43 required from 37. Those boundaries have just given Lahore, certainly in the dugout, making them feel just a little bit easier about this equation. But another wicket here, they're really down to the tail. Barely makes it to the keeper. 94 for 6. Well, if you're in the crowd, then you've got a real chance of earning some serious money. Yesterday, on day 1, we had 11 sixes in the first innings, and a good catch gets you into the Pepsi Catch a Craw pool to win a share of a craw. You take it cleanly. Well done, sir. You're in there with the shout of our Pepsi Catch a Craw. Here's Tamal Mills. Yes, enough pace there from the Englishman.
Loving this, really am, because Elliott and Mills hang out a lot together. Plays in England as Elliott, and he also was there in the Bangladesh Premier League late last year and had a great catch-up with these two, Mills and Elliott there in Chitters and the Gong. And then in Auckland, Mills turned up there to enjoy himself in the T20 format in New Zealand.
Short onto it quickly for 1. Let's go downstairs. Ian Bishop is with Sir Vivian Richards.
Yeah, I've got the great man, Sir Vivian, here with me. Sir Vivian, it's ebbing and flowing, this, isn't it?
It never gets any easier. But it's a very competitive match now, you know, especially the way they started with their batting innings. We felt that they were in a hurry, but it's amazing what we've got now. Proper game of cricket.
I'll come to statistics in a while, but we've been looking at you and the emotions and the enjoyment, and also when things aren't going your way. How much do you manage to control that?
Well, it's so important because you have a bunch of guys here, you know, in your dugout who means well, and it's all about maybe myself, you know, who brings a little experience as well. Apart from that, they help me to a certain degree as well too, because I need some calming down as well also. So, so it's all part of the parcel, and this is why I think we are such a together team.
You talk about they help you to calm down as well, but is it important for them to see you celebrating the good moments?
Yeah, because there are times when things are not that good, and just goes to show them that if we continue to be in the match itself, it's going to be of vital importance. And even though you may lose at whatever particular point, the most important thing that you would have competed, and at least you would have had an understanding what competing is all about.
Yeah, Sunil Narine there with Elliot. How much planning goes into who bowls to who at this stage of the game when you guys sit down and meet?
Well, to be fair, I'll let maybe Abdul Razak, who is our bowling coach, you know, he would go through the phases, the individuals, you know, who were in, especially when you saw Jason Roy came in at the top of the order. We had spinners, you know, who were operating against him, because I think he's an individual who likes the ball to come onto the bat. And I guess as we go along, you try and work according to what you see.
All right, so Vivian, thank you very much for your time and all the best for the conclusion.
I'm still very nervous.
Great to hear from the great man, Sir Vivian Richards. Yes, he's just one of the all-time great players. Love to have seen him playing 2020 cricket. Even now I'd like to see him playing 2020 cricket. Short. Oh, it's been given a wide. Sarfraz not happy with that. Umpire says no, it's going to be a wide.
Oh, skipper's gone berserk. Full teapout on, the old helmet's off. Yeah, well, I think it is. He's tried to duck it a little bit. It's comfortably cleared Sunil Narayan's head, but I tell you what, Sarfraz gave square leg up a serve.
The last ball now, the 15th over. Lahore Qalandars still need 39 in 31. Well, that's a good shot. Has he got enough on it? Oh, yes, he has. He has flicked Mills, and we've got a clean catch. He goes into the Pepsi Catcher Karor competition as a potential shareholder. It's 104 for 6. It's a heck of a good shot, this, by Sunil Narayan, and a clean catch as well. Some wonderful sights in this part of the world at this time of night as well. It's 25 to 7. Got another match to come, of course. It's a double-header. Sunil Narayan with a good clean hit straight down the ground. And has this gentleman gone into our Pepsi Catcher Karor competition? He has. Took a bit of a dive, but he kept it cleanly. He caught it. Now, Lahore, the Qalandars need 33 from 30. 5 overs remaining. Here's Pereira.
Well, the game is on the line, isn't it? So many times. Fantastic opening game last night. Now being followed up by an equally close match. Not as high scoring, but sometimes it is the lowest scores that create the real entertainment. That's certainly what's happening here between Lahore and Quetta. Really looks like it's down to Grant Elliott. Well, Narayan's got hold of that one. Has it gone all the way? Oh, it has. It's been parried over the boundary for 6. Pereira is not happy. It's Ali on the sideline. Viv's not happy. Mohan Khan's not happy. Anyone in purple is not happy, but for Lahore, it's just going to release a little bit of the pressure. It's an art fielding on the boundary these days. You need some of your best fielders there, an understanding of where the boundary line is, whether you go for the catch, whether you try and just knock it back inside the field of play. Good delivery by Pereira. Single is taken. Some nervous faces here. Well, before they realise they're on TV.
Well, now we've got news that 2 Pakistan Super League players have been provisionally suspended under a PCB anti-corruption code. The Pakistan Cricket Board today provisionally suspended 2 players under its anti-corruption code as part of an ongoing investigation into an international syndicate which is believed to be attempting to corrupt the Pakistan Super League, which started yesterday. 2 players are Shahjil Khan and Khalid Latif. They've both been suspended, and the rigorous and wide-ranging investigation by the PCB, supported by the ICC, will continue as part of collective efforts to protect the integrity of the sport. So 2 players, Shahjil Khan and Khalid Latif, are suspended while an investigation is conducted.
Well, big news in the Pakistan Super League, and we'll bring you more as it comes to hand, but at the moment we are right in the middle of a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. 23 from just the 25 deliveries. Lahore looking to start their campaign with a win. The slower ball, Elliott jumps over that but finds the fielder. 11 runs coming from it, 115 for 6. Well, the Lahore Qalandars at the moment, 115 for 6, required run rate of just 5.5. It sounds so easy though, doesn't it? But in the heat of the battle out in the middle, and it's not always that way. Narayan, 20 off 12. Grant Elliott, 25 off 27. Senior batter on strike, and Elliott. He looks well and truly under control in the middle.
Yeah, Shazad, I think it was Shazad that put down Elliott when Elliott was 7. The score was then 73 for 5. It would have been 73 for 6. And international viewers will remember his 84 from 73 balls for New Zealand to dump South Africa out of the semi-finals of the last 50-over World Cup. Narayan isn't going too badly here either. 20 of 12.
Well, he followed up that 83 with that 84, then 83 against Australia in the losing final as well. He's the kind of guy that just keeps it cool out in the middle in the heat of the battle. Going down leg, chance of a run out, but safely home. We know what Narayan can do with the ball. All of a sudden now he's fielding in the covers. Now he's out in the middle with bat in hand. Bish could get Lahore over the line. Bowled him, threw him. Grant Elliott, the man that we just pumped up saying he was the one to lead Lahore to the win, has been clean bowled. So Viv Richards has done an amazing amount of work. A lot of squats off that bench right throughout this innings. None bigger than that one because he knows how important it is. Grant Elliott gone for a 26 and Lahore now 117 for 7. Nawaz with a very big wicket. Grant Elliott, the last of the recognised batters, now departs. Clean bowled. $20 runs needed from just the 20 deliveries. And it's now Billawal out into the middle. Slip still in play. Gets off the mark, first ball.
You're just trying to force the issue with a run of ball required. Really, the length was good from the bowler, Nawaz. And the ball has gripped a little bit more in this second half of this encounter. He's riding the emotional wave, Sir Vivian. Now Narayan, I'll be interested to see how he plays this. He loves to go for his shots no matter what.
Well, you called it, Ian Bishop. Has he gone all the way? Yes, he has. Has that just released it here for Lahore? What a clean striker of the ball is Narayan.
And he will love the ball, theoretically coming back into him at 124 for 7 after 17.
Sunil Narayan, a strike rate at the moment of 185, and it's because of shots like this. Right into his hitting zone. Really strong, straight down the ground through to a mid-wicket area. He's off strike now, though. Billawal on strike, 1 off 1.
Wondering before this ball was bowled whether Sarfraz would be brave enough to have a slip with Mills bowling to the new batter Billawal. Now he's putting a slip in. I think that's a good idea. He's got to look to take wickets. Narayan can finish this in a hurry if he gets on strike. I'm not sure what his batting prowess is like, but I think you've got to have that man there now instituted at slip.
Well, very quick single taken, and it's hit. I tell you what, this could be close. Well, the ball has since ricocheted, so the batters are going to cross for another run. So that will stand if he's not out. And we will go upstairs, though. You can see the rickshaw sliding across for the review. Safely over the line. At one end, but at the other end, he is not. Caught short. Lights on, no part of the bat has passed the crease line. So we're going to see in the Qatar Airways decision, it is going to be another Lahore wicket. Supporters are up and about now. Billawar has been run out for just one to his score. And Lahore now 124 with 8 wickets down. A lot of conversations going on out in the middle. Everyone just wanting to make sure that they're completely across things, because in a short format like this, every win is going to count. And this was the run out. Got a little bit more, too much pace on it than what he'd originally thought. He's speedy, but not speedy enough. Have a look at this for a reaction. Got him! Yes! Not too sure what's the better reaction at the moment. Wait for it. We're going to have to wait a little bit longer. Mills in. There's a big appeal. Has been given. Yes, it has. There you have it. 2 wickets in the Mills over. First the run out. Now the LBW. Viv once again up. And the Gladiators, well, they could sniff a win here. Great shots there from the HBL Spider Cam of the huddle. That's the wicket they wanted. Narayan was striking at 173. He's out for 26. 1 wicket to go with only 124 on the board. Well, it's tough now for Lahore. 13 from 15 deliveries. Mills is up and about. He has ball in the hand at the moment. He bowls with pace. No, he's not. Slip in play. Thick outside edge. And Irfan Jr. is off strike.
It's good feeling. Excellent work. And the value of having someone with who can bowl rapidly for you out of a lower order. Very, very difficult to keep Timal Mills out of the wickets column. You talk about leg spinners, you talk about the quicks as well. They have their value in this format of the game, providing wickets for you at key times.
Now 2 slips in play. Quick shout of no, and fair enough too. Well, Kevin Peterson, he'll be thinking we've got this in the bag, but you can still see there's nerves. "12 off 13 required." Not a lot of boundaries in those last couple of overs, mostly singles. Most importantly, though, for the Gladiators, 3 wickets. 3 wickets in the last 8 deliveries. Mills around the wicket, and it's a dot to finish off a very good over. 2 wickets, just the 1 run, 125 for 9. Varied emotions there, isn't there? One's just happy. She's, yeah, I'm clapping along here. We're on the track. The other one's like, I really don't know.
That one that's clapping, I mean, she rid the emotions when her team was batting. She was asking, why did you do that? She couldn't believe some of the batting. But now she's on the opposite end now.
Well, it's a great game, isn't it, when you're a supporter, because you can ride the emotions. First innings, she wasn't overly happy. All the wickets falling, only 136, but now, oh, I'm up and about, I'm loving it. Yeah, high five that. She's excited.
That's what it's about, though, Mel, isn't it? They're buying into the franchise, they're supporting their favourite players or favourite teams, and that's what we want to see happening. And that's what's happening right now across Pakistan. At home, those sitting, watching their franchise, the ones that they're supporting, some sad, some happy, ecstatic, buy into the brand.
Well, that's it, buy into the brand, and well, if you buy into the right 2 brands, you might be watching them live. And we're going for the quick single on this occasion. A direct hit. But once he gets the big legs moving, he covers the ground reasonably quickly. We will, however, go upstairs. There's the rickshaw review. It's probably always better to be safe, isn't it, when you have the direct hit. And it wasn't a direct, probably into gloves first. Comfortably home. It's a fair call when the game is this close, and got to make sure that you get all the decisions right. So Hassan with ball in hand, what a first game for him. Debut today, wicket off his first ball. And is now bowling the 19th over. So 9 off 9, just the 1 wicket in hand. A reminder, the Gladiators, they were runners-up last year. It's skied, it's straight up, this should be out. Yes, does he take it? Of course he takes it. The debutant took a wicket off his first ball. He's taken the last wicket of the match. He's got one of the legends of the game off his seat once again. And Quetta have won by 8 runs. I pity everyone in the team at the moment because Viv's high fives. I think they've got a bit of power behind them at the moment. And that's the difference in emotions. Lahore They bowled exceptionally well, restricted the Gladiators to just 136 runs. They thought they had a great start as well. Roy McCullum started well. 2 for 49, you thought they were going to cruise, but what a wonderful performance by the Gladiators.
Come on!
Yeah, we spoke to Asad Shafiq halfway through their batting effort, and he felt 135 was going to be enough. She can't believe it. She's smiling now because she's on the big screen. And Shafiq said they got a good bowling lineup. They felt that if they scraped to 135, they would be able to pull something off. Riley Russo, take a bow. That was a superb innings under pressure. He gave his team something to work with, and they've delivered for him, the bowlers have.
It was a wonderful innings, wasn't it? When they were all in a little bit of all sorts. He just played with cricket smarts. Rotated the strike, and when possible, hit the boundary ball. And most importantly, got a competitive total on the board. Here's the winning moment, and what a moment it was. Wonderful highlight for a young bowler that we will certainly keep an eye on. Hassan in his first ever T20 match. Get ready to run out, guys, because there it is. There it is. It wasn't pretty, but it certainly got the job done. Can't beat images like that, can you, Ian Bishop?
No, I'm keeping an eye on him as a player in general, because I thought he looked very good with the bat. He made some valuable runs with the bat, and now he's contributed with the ball. So an outstanding debut for him. And 27 to Roy McCullum, 26 to Elliott there as well as Narain. But generally they will feel with the start, they'll feel that they've given away a few wickets too many. Umar Akmal, I thought that was a disappointing dismissal at that point of the game to play the shot he did for someone so experienced.